Well, good evening once again, everyone. Out of the box breaks. We're now on to break 18,020. This is a 12-tin case random of some Series 1 tins. Just going to randomize the 32 participants 4 times. We'll randomize the 32 NHL teams 4 times. I'll give you guys a minute or so for trades, and then we get breaking. So good luck. Here are the 32 participants, 18,020. We've got Habby 44, Brian Landry, Dan Sullivan, Darcy 44, Paul Cobb, Jason Adams, Aaron Kaiser's in there with a couple, Paul Cobb, Habby 44, Darcy 44, Vincent Eric, Brian Landry a couple, Vincent Eric, Jason Adams, Aaron Kaiser, Batwing, Paul Cobb, Farsanji, Paul Cobb, Brandon Sullivan, Aaron Kaiser, which toe is it? Paul Cobb, Jason Adams, Diggy 27, Paul Cobb, Mike McGean, Scott Metcalf, Farsanji, and Scott Sutherland. So 4 times. 1, 2, 3, 4. Scott Sutherland at the top, Paul Cobb at the bottom. Confirm 4 times. Let's paste. Back over to the randomizer. We got 32 NHL teams. Ducks through the Jets 4 times. 1, 2, 3, 4. Pittsburgh at the top, Capitals at the bottom. Confirm 4 times. Let's paste. Let's print. And let's read them off. Team assignments 18,020 are as follows. So Scott Sutherland's got Pittsburgh, Paul Cobb, Toronto, Scott Metcalf, the Avalanche, Darcy 44, Dallas, Habby 44, Chicago, Aaron Kaiser, Montreal, Paul Cobb, the Sharks, Brian Landry, the Ducks, Aaron Kaiser, Ottawa, Jason Adams, Boston, Brian Landry, New Jersey, Farsanji, Vegas, Mike McGee, Nashville, Vincent Eric, Rangers and Tampa, Darcy 44, Utah, Paul Cobb, the Islanders, Diggy 27, the Jets, Jason Adams at Carolina, Brian Landry, Vancouver, Dan Sullivan, Detroit, Habby 44, LA, which toe is it? Seattle, Batwing, St. Louis, Paul Cobb, Calgary, Aaron Kaiser, the Oilers, Aaron Kaiser, also Minnesota, Jason Adams, Philly, Brandon Sullivan, Buffalo, Farsanji, Florida, Paul Cobb, Columbus, and the Capitals. So a minute or so for any trades, guys, and then we break. "30 seconds, guys, 30 seconds. All right, final look at your team assignments. Enjoy this case of Series 1 tins. Good luck, everybody. All right, here we go. 12 10 cases Series 1. Enjoy. Once again, there are 3 breaks in single digits. Check out that website. Keep the break fun rolling tonight. Bonus pack. We got a Dazzler's Orange, Frank Vatrano for the Ducks. Chris Letang for Pittsburgh. Jared McCann, Seattle. Obici Glassi, Alexander Barkov, Florida. Encore of Wyatt Johnston, Dallas. Compadres, Laine Slavkovsky, Montreal. Sizzle Reel of Dakota Joshua, Vancouver. Michael Callahan, Young Guns for Boston. Compositions of Erik Karlsson, Pittsburgh. Canvas Adam Lowry for the Jets. We got a glossy gold Ryan Nugent-Hopkins for the Oilers. Cup Quest Jason Roberts in Dallas. Encore of John Carlson for the Capitals. Sizzle Reel Leo Carlson for the Ducks. Cam Lund Young Guns for the Sharks. Glossy of Jeremy Swayman for Boston. Systems of Jacob Markstrom, New Jersey. Portrait Matthew Wood, Nashville. Encore of William Karlsson for Vegas. Bustle Jesper Bratt, New Jersey. Just a 2-hit pack from the looks of it. Glossy Victor Hedman, Tampa Bay. Systems of Charlie Lindgren for the Capitals. Compositions Matthew Tkachuk, Florida. Final pack, tin number 1. Canvas checklist random, Minnesota and Washington, Kaprizov and Ovechkin. Young Guns, Carter Mazur, Detroit. And a goal-oriented Lucas Raymond, Detroit. Nice, we had one graded for a customer that was pulled in store at the expo. He was just here a half an hour ago to pick it up. The 25 out of 25 red outburst of Demidov. We got a Dazzler's Red, Frank Vatrano for the Ducks. Dazzler's Orange, Thompson for Buffalo, and Zach Werenski, Columbus. No, I think there's less than that because I think there's already 3 up on eBay. So it's probably down to the teens now. Glossy of Lucas Raymond, Detroit. Encore Logan Cooley for Utah. Sizzle Reel Wyatt Johnston, Dallas. Systems for Minnesota, Philip Gustafson. Colton Dock, Young Gun, Chicago. Cup Quest, Tage Thompson, Buffalo. Kirill Marchenko, Canvas, Columbus. Glossy Gold, Austin Matthews, Toronto. Portrait, Quinn Hughes for the Canucks. Encore of Alex DeBrincat, Detroit. Bustle Seth Jarvis, Carolina. Dalibor Dvorsky, Young Guns for the Blues. Glossy of Travis Konechny, Philly. Compadres, Tkachuk Barkov, Florida. Goal-oriented Sam Reinhart, Florida. Encore of Travis Konechny, Philly. Composition Speckled Gensel for Tampa Bay. Skylar Brindamore, Young Guns, Carolina. Glossy of Jesper Bratt, New Jersey. Sizzle Reel Matthew Nyes, Toronto. Portrait of Leon Draisaitl for the Oilers. Bustle Speckled, Kiefer Sherwood, Vancouver. Elias Pettersson, Young Guns for the Canucks. Compositions, Matt Barzal for the Islanders. On to tin number 3. Dazzlers Orange, Peter Kochkov, Carolina. Kirill Marchenko, Columbus. Bowen Byram, Buffalo. Peachy Glossy, Wyatt Johnston, Dallas. Compadres, Makar McKinnon for the Avalanche. Goal-oriented, Kirill Kaprizov, Minnesota. Encore, Ryan Leonard for the Capitals. Sizzle Reel, Mason Marchment, Dallas. Young Guns, Nikita Tolopilo, Vancouver. Beachy Glossy, Adam Fox for the Rangers. Bustle, Dylan Holloway for the Blues. Compositions, David Pasternak for Boston. Young Guns Canvas, Matthew Robertson for the Rangers. Young Guns, Justin Robida, Carolina. Cup Quest, Kirill Kaprizov, Minnesota. Oh, Peachy Glossy of Alexander Barkov, Florida. Encore, Lane Hudson for Montreal. Sizzle Reel, Luke Evangelista, Nashville. Systems for Columbus, Elvis Merzlikins. Young Guns, Tim Washy for the Ducks. Portrait, Alex Ovechkin for the Capitals. Sebastian Aho Canvas for Carolina. Glossy Gold, Ryan Nugent-Hopkins for the Oilers. Compositions, Nick Suzuki for Montreal. Final pack, tin number 3. Bustle of Moritz Sider, Detroit. Riley Duran, Young Guns, Boston. Goal-oriented, Nikita Kucherov, Tampa Bay. Tin number 4. Tim Stützle, Dazzlers Red for Ottawa. Nice Ivan Demidov, Dazzlers Orange for the Canadiens. Jack Eichel, Orange for Vegas. Got a glossy of Ryan Nugent-Hopkins for the Oilers. System, Stuart Skinner for the Oilers. Portrait of Evgeny Malkin, Pittsburgh. Encore of Mark Scheifele for the Jets. Portrait Speckled, Wyatt Johnston, Dallas. Glossy of Alex Ovechkin for the Capitals. Tyler Bertuzzi, Bustle for Chicago. Goal-oriented Alex Ovechkin for the Capitals. System Speckled, Connor Hellebuck for the Jets. Parker Ford, Young Guns for the Jets. Compositions, Cale Makar for the Avalanche. Peachy Glossy, Jared McCann, Seattle. Encore, Boone Jenner, Columbus. Compadres, Eichel Stone, Vegas. Sizzle Real Cam Fowler for the Blues. Young Guns Checklist, Ivan Demidov, Artem Levushnov. Montreal, Chicago random at the end. Portrait of Jonathan Marchessault for Nashville. Canvas for Dallas, Jake Ottinger. Glossy Gold, Yuri Slivkovsky, Montreal. Compositions, Macklin Celebrini for San Jose. Final pack to number 4. To number 4. Sizzle Reel Nazem Kadri for Calgary. Matthew Wood Young Guns Nashville. Cup Quest Martin Nietzsche for the Avalanche. Now we're on to tin number 5. Bonus Dazzlers pack. Orange Dazzlers, Kaprizov, Minnesota. Jack Hughes, New Jersey. Alexander Barkov, Florida. Young Guns Canvas, Jacob Melanson, Seattle. Nikita Tolopilo, Young Guns, Vancouver. Cup Quest, Chris Kreider for the Rangers. Oh, Peachy Glossy, Yuri Slafkovsky, Montreal. Encore Tage Thompson, Buffalo. Sizzle Reel Matthew Tkachuk, Florida. Systems of Connor Hellebuck for the Jets. Young Guns Owen Sillinger, Columbus. Portrait of Noah Ostlund, Buffalo. Connor McMichael Canvas for the Capitals. Peachy Glossy Gold, Wyatt Johnston, Dallas. Goal-oriented William Nylander, Toronto. Bustle of Jonathan Marchessault, Nashville. Young Guns Dylan Duke for Tampa Bay. Compositions Lane Hudson, Montreal. It was good, Si. It was actually really good. The drive back was not so good, but it was a great 4 days at the Expo. Much more relaxing than usual. Peachy Glossy, Travis Konechny, Philly. Systems of Igor Shesterkin for the Rangers. Portrait of Zach Werenski, Columbus. Encore William Eklund, San Jose. Composition Speckled, Bedard, Chicago. Donovan Sabrango, Young Guns, Ottawa. Final pack, tin number 5. Peachy Glossy, Jesper Bratt, New Jersey. Compadres, Ovechkin, Wilson for the Capitals. Compositions, Philip Forsberg, Nashville. On to tin number 6. Dazzlers Orange, Vetrano for the Ducks. Letang for Pittsburgh. McCann, Seattle. I think we had that identical pack earlier. Yuri Slafkovsky, Galarasi, Peachy Glossy, Montreal. Encore Victor Hedman, Tampa. Sizzle Reel Sebastian Aho, Carolina. Systems for the Avalanche, Mackenzie Blackwood. Young Guns Ian Moore for the Ducks. Portrait Cale Makar for the Avalanche. Canvas Jack Eichel, Vegas. Glossy Gold, Wyatt Johnston, Dallas. Compositions, Quinn Hughes, Vancouver. Encore Linus Allmark, Ottawa. Bustle Sam Reinhart, Florida. Jack Finley, Young Guns for Tampa Bay. Peachy Glossy, Troy Terry for the Ducks. Compadres, McDavid Draisaitl for the Oilers. Goal-oriented Austin Matthews, Toronto. Encore Dalibor Dvorsky for the Blues. Portrait Speckled Line A for Montreal. Young Guns Sam Rinzel for Chicago. Peachy Glossy Ryan Leonard for the Capitals. Sizzle Reel Kirill Marchenko, Columbus. Compositions Anse Kopitar for the Kings. Final pack, tin number 6. Systems speckled of Linus Allmark for Ottawa. Noah Ostlund, Young Guns, Buffalo. Cup Quest of Igor Shesterkin for the Rangers. Tin number 7. Got a Dazzler's Orange, Kyle Connor for the Jets. Leon Draisaitl for the Oilers. Adam Fox for the Rangers. O-Pee-Chee Glossy Wyatt Johnston, Dallas. Bustle Evander Kane for the Oilers. Cup Quest Timo Meier, New Jersey. JT Miller Encore for the Rangers. Cup Quest Speckled Adrian Kempe, LA. Oliver Moore Young Guns, Chicago. O-Pee-Chee Glossy for the Rangers, Adam Fox. Systems Andrei Vasilevsky, Tampa Bay. Portrait of Dougie Hamilton, New Jersey. Sizzle Reel Speckled, Matthew Tkachuk, Florida. Sam Morton Young Guns for the Flames. Goal-oriented Connor McDavid for the Oilers. Sizzle Reel Speckled, Arturi Lehkonen for the Avalanche. Young Guns Riley Duran, Boston. Goal-oriented Cole Caulfield, Montreal. O-Pee-Chee Glossy Lucas Raymond, Detroit. Encore Zach Werenski, Columbus. Sizzle Reel Owen Tippett, Philly. Sizzle Reel of Sidney Crosby, Pittsburgh. Young Guns of Jimmy Snuggerud for the Blues. Portrait Brandon Hagel, Tampa Bay. Encore of Connor Bedard, Chicago. Systems Joseph Wall, Toronto. Young Guns Nicholas Coco, Seattle. On to tin number 8. In this 12-tin case random of Series 1. Plenty of other breaks close tonight, guys. Check out that website. Dazzler's pack. Morgan Geekie for Boston. Dougie Hamilton, New Jersey. Thatcher Demko for the Canucks. Encore Jonathan Marchessault, Nashville. Brady Tkachuk Bustle for Ottawa. Ryan Leonard Young Guns for the Capitals. O-Pee-Chee Glossy, Artem Levushnov, Chicago. Systems of Jeremy Swayman, Boston. Compositions, Jake Gensel for Tampa. Encore Quinton Byfield, LA. Compadres Toffoli Celebrini for San Jose. Young Guns Matthew Wood for Nashville. O-Pee-Chee Glossy for Nashville, Roman Josi. Sizzle Reel Philip Forsberg, Nashville. Steven Stamkos Goal-Oriented, Nashville. Canvas of Stefan Neeson for the Devils. Young Guns Parker Ford for the Jets. Portrait Nazem Kadri, Calgary. O-Pee-Chee Glossy, Kirill Marchenko, Columbus. Encore Joakim Kamel, Nashville. Sizzle Reel Kyle Connor for the Jets. Systems for Vegas, Aiden Hill. Young Guns Jacob Gauthier for Philly. Compositions Tyler Toffoli, San Jose. Final pack, tin number 8. Zach Werenski Bustle for Columbus. Carson Dorwart, Young Guns for Philly. Portrait, William Eklund for the Sharks. Tin number 9. Thomas Harley Dazzler's Orange for Dallas. Reinhardt for Florida. And an Owen Tippett for Philly. O-Pee-Chee Glossy Ryan Leonard for the Capitals. Compadres Ovechkin Wilson for the Capitals. Patrick Laine Portrait for Montreal. Systems for the Leafs, Joseph Wall. Owen Sillinger, Young Guns, Columbus. Portrait Nazem Kadri for the Flames. Canvas Dylan Cousins, Ottawa. O-Pee-Chee Glossy Travis Konechny, Philly. Compositions Tyler Toffoli, San Jose. Encore of Oliver Moore for Chicago. Bustle Evander Kane for the Oilers. Dylan Duke, Young Guns, Tampa Bay. Encore Mark Scheifele for the Jets. Composition Speckled Matty Beniers, Seattle. O-Pee-Chee Glossy Yuri Slivkovsky, Montreal. Sizzle Real Owen Tippett, Philly. Compositions Jake Gensel for Tampa Bay. Bustle Speckled Moritz Seider, Detroit. Nikita Tolopilo, Young Guns for the Canucks. Goal-oriented Steven Stamkos, Nashville. Glossy Gold Wyatt Johnston, Dallas. Frank Vetrano Encore for the Ducks. Sizzle Real Sidney Crosby, Pittsburgh. On to tin number 10. Break 18,020. Philip Gustafson, Dazzlers Orange, Minnesota. Sidney Crosby for Pittsburgh. Brant Clark for the LA Kings. Sizzle Real Speckled Reinhardt for Florida. Dominic Sheen, Young Guns, Detroit. Compositions Cale Makar for the Avalanche. O-Pee-Chee Glossy Austin Matthews, Toronto. Encore of Elias Sorokin for the Islanders. Sizzle Real Nathan McKinnon for the Avalanche. Systems for Philly, Samuel Urson. Young Guns Olivier Rodrigue for the Oilers. Cup Quest Thatcher Demko, Vancouver. Dylan Larkin Canvas, Detroit. Ivan Demidov, the O-Pee-Chee Glossy Gold, Montreal. Patrick Laine Portrait for Montreal. Encore Jesper Bratt, New Jersey. Systems Jordan Binnington for the Blues. Young Guns Jacob Melanson, Seattle. O-Pee-Chee Glossy Mark Stone, Vegas. Compadres Hughes and Hughes, Jack and Luke, New Jersey. Portrait of Genny Malkin, Pittsburgh. Encore Jimmy Snoogerud for the Blues. Cup Quest Speckled Thatcher Demko Vancouver. Got the Young Guns checklist Demidov and Levushnov. Second one of these in the case, so one will go to Montreal. One will go to Chicago. Peachy Glossy, Tage Thompson for Buffalo. Sizzle Real Quinn Hughes, Vancouver. Goal-oriented Alex Ovechkin for the Capitals. On to tin number 11. Dazzlers Orange, Brandon Hagel, Tampa Bay. Tim Stützle for Ottawa. Sebastian Aho, Carolina. Encore of Connor Zary for Calgary. Sizzle Real Owen Tippett, Philly. Young Guns Matthew Robertson for the Rangers. Peachy Glossy, Jared McCann, Seattle. Systems, Joseph Wall, Toronto. Compositions, Philip Forsberg, Nashville. Compadres Speckled, Forsberg, Yossi, Nashville. Ozzy Weisblatt, Young Guns for Nashville. Goal-oriented Cole Caulfield, Montreal. Systems for Tampa Bay, Andrei Vasilevsky. Cam Lund, Young Guns for the Sharks. Portrait, Brandon Hagel, Tampa Bay. Canvas of Matt Barzal for the Islanders. Glossy Gold, Zane Parekh for the Flames. Compositions, Matty Beniers, Seattle. Encore Sam Reinhart, Florida. Compadres, Laine Slavkovsky, Montreal. Jimmy Snoogerud, Young Guns for the Blues. Peachy Glossy, Alex Ovechkin for the Capitals. Sizzle Real Dakota Joshua, Vancouver. Timo Meier, Cup Quest, New Jersey. We got an Outburst Silver of J.J. Moser for Tampa Bay. Encore of Evgeny Malkin, Pittsburgh. Sizzle Real Leo Carlson for the Ducks. And the 12th and final tin, wrapping up break 18,020. Bonus Dazzlers pack. Dazzlers Orange, Barkov, Florida. Lane Hudson, Dazzlers Orange for Montreal. Kyle Connor for the Jets. Peachy Glossy, Jared McCann, Seattle. Systems, Philip Grubauer, Seattle. Connor Bedard, Portrait for Chicago. Matty Beniers, Encore, Seattle. Composition, Speckled, Forsberg for Nashville. Ozzy Weisblatt, Young Guns for the Predators. Peachy Glossy for the Oilers, Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. Matt Boldy, Bustle, Minnesota. Compositions of Connor McDavid for the Oilers. Bustle, Speckled, Dylan Holloway for the Blues. Mark Catcomb, Young Guns for the Islanders. Cup Quest, Chris Kreider for the Rangers. Zane Parekh, Glossy Gold for Calgary. Encore Brock Faber, Minnesota. Dustin Wolf, Systems insert for the Flames. Compadres, Aho Svechnikov, Carolina. Young Guns Yanni Nyman, Seattle. Portrait Noah Ostlund, Buffalo. We got our second canvas checklist in this case, so no random needed for this one. Kaprizov and Ovechkin, one will go to Minnesota. One will go to Washington. Alex Ovechkin, OPG Glossy for the Capitals. Goal-oriented William Nylander, Toronto. Final pack. 18,020. Systems for the Capitals, Logan Thompson. Matthew Wood, Young Guns, Nashville. And a goal-oriented of Artemi Panarin for the Rangers. So there you have it. There's our second break of the evening complete. Hope you enjoyed a case of Series 1 tins. I think the SPA 3-boxer most likely will be next, guys, if it hasn't filled yet. It has filled, so SPA will be up next. Give me a couple of moments to get things set up for that one. Quick tidy up here, and then we'll get set up, and we'll roll with some SPA. Thanks, everybody.